How are y'all doing? Haven't seen you all week. Well, it's a great Monday. Remember, in 2 days it will be Wednesday. And do y'all enjoy snacks? Of course you do. Free snacks after school on Wednesday? Yes, indeed. And if you've missed 9 or more classes, or if you've had 9 or more absences already, you can also get attendance by being here, and we'll give you snacks. Snacks and hours. Sheesh. When is it? Wednesday. In my room, right here. All right, so come check it out. I tried to text all your parents this flyer, so maybe they'd encourage you to go. But you'll see them around the room. I mean, you'll see them around the school, outside my door, and yes. Well, 2 assignments I'm about to put in: the scavenger hunt and then the Desmos one. Make sure you've turned those in. I graded the quiz from Monday, the re-quiz that we took. So if you need to retake the re-quiz, I will let you know today. First, we got a little notes after this little warm-up. Make sure you turned in last week's warm-up. You want to have last week's warm-up. If you missed Friday, put absent on the day you were absent, turn that in. But here's a double distribution problem. If you have 2 binomials, you do first times the first, 3x times 4x. 3 times 4 is 12, x times x is x squared. 3x times negative 6 gives you negative 18x. Negative 9 times 4x is negative 36x. And negative 9 times negative 6, negative times a negative is a positive. 9 times 6 is 54. All right, bring down 12x squared. Combine negative 54x. And bring down plus 54. Okay, so you should be able to multiply the first term, right? Get the 2 middle terms, combine those like terms, and then multiply the last terms. That's how you do it. Don't forget to write down your objective, your learning target. Now, these notes are going to be short and sweet. This is kind of a Desmos calculator strategy on how to find a factor, or how to determine if a factor is true for a function. So I'm going to show you that. This time I'm showing you the trick before the maybe more difficult way to do it by hand. So isn't that nice? So make sure you pay close attention today. That way you have a knowledge of how to do this the Desmos way. Okay? Let me pull that up. All right, so notes on factoring quadratics using Desmos. Okay, so see this keyword here, factoring. When you see the word factor, because you're factoring, sometimes you'll have a question like this example right here. Which of the following expressions is a factor of this trinomial, 7x squared plus 16x plus 4? Underline the word factor. Right? Factor. Whenever we are finding a factor, this is not like what we did on, let's see here, the 7th, Thursday, Friday. Okay, you'll remember Thursday, Friday, if you had a trinomial or you had two factors and you were trying to simplify it, you would graph them and see which one lined up perfectly. Okay? This isn't exactly the same, but it's kind of similar to that method. So I want you to notice the difference. Last time they were simplifying or finding equivalent expressions. Today we're finding the F factor. Okay? The key word is factor. Only when we're finding a factor do you do what we do today. Now, there's the trinomial right here. Here's your 4 answer choices. Well, step 1, you would graph the trinomial. Okay, so you can see here on step 1, you've got a kind of a U shape, and it hits the x-axis at 2 points, right? Then step 2, you type each answer choice, So see all A, B, C, and D are typed in here, and that gives you 4 straight lines. Okay? So right now it looks like a bunch of madness. Nothing is perfectly lining up. That's fine. But step 3 is important. When I'm looking for a factor, I'm looking for when it goes through one of the x-intercepts. Can you underline x-intercepts? I'm not looking for it to match perfectly. I'm just asking, where do they both cross the x-axis at the same point, the same x-intercept? Okay, so let's look at those graphs back here. Okay, so this I'm looking at my step 2 picture here. But on this one, my first graph is right here, x minus 2, it's blue. Do you see how this blue does not cross here or here, right? These are the x-intercepts, and the blue does not cross there, so it can't be that. What about the green? This green crosses the x-axis right here, but it's not here or here. Can't be that green one. Okay, this purple one goes right here. Hey, that one looks like it works, right? This purple one hits right there. Okay, that's going to be it. And the last one, the black one, does not hit at the same x-intercept as the original graph. Okay, and you can see it zoomed in here. That third answer choice, which is letter C, intersects that graph at the same x-intercept. Cool? So on this front page, go ahead and circle C, but it was C because we graphed the original, we graphed the answer choices, and the only one that intercepts the same x-intercept at the x-axis was letter C. So let's try one on our own here. Okay, let me pull this over. Step 1. Now, hold up. Look at this. You cannot graph unless it's x or y. So look, it says if you're trying to graph, but the variables are not x or y, change them to x before graphing. Does everyone hear me say this? You cannot graph with the letter b. It will not show you a graph. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite this. 5x squared minus 22x plus 8. Does everyone see that I'm turning b into x so it can actually graph? Okay. So for funsies, 5b squared minus 22b plus 8, did it graph? No, right? Let's turn these b's into x's. There's a graph. Very good. Now I'm going to go over here, start typing in these answer choices, but again, use x. It's x plus 4, 2x minus 5, 5x plus 2, x minus 4. All right, let's try the first one. X plus 4. You tell me, does that cross the same x-intercepts? Here or here? No. What about 2x minus 5? 2x minus 5. Does that green one cross the same x-intercepts here or here? No. Okay. What about the third one? 5b plus 2. So 5x plus 2. Turn it into an x. Does that purple line cross here or here? No. Okay. What about b minus 4? X minus 4. Look at that. Would you look at it? Just look at it. All right, do you see how that one crosses at the same x-intercept at 4, 0? Therefore, no pun intended, that's the answer. Does that make sense? This is a calculator strategy to test whether a factor is correct. It must cross at the x-intercept, right? So when you see the word factor, factor is going to be at the x-intercept. So can you do some of these examples on your own? It's a one-day assignment because we're going to move on to something else tomorrow. Okay? So don't fall asleep or do anything else. Knock this out. Let me know if you have questions. And if you need to do quiz corrections, I'm going to have you do that first. I'll let you know. Okay, here we go.